can't lie, this was kind of fun. So as I'm recording this video, there are about 30-something days until the New York City Marathon, and training is really ramping up. Like, really ramping up. But I'd like to take a second to go back to a simpler time, filled with sunshine, and sand, and breathtaking views. Yes, Hawaii, specifically Maui, where I spent week 8 of this training block. And while this video is a bit delayed, it actually seems like the perfect time to think about my favorite week of training and what I think might be one of the best places to run in the whole country. And as I do it, I'm going to talk you through my plan, the Hanson Marathon Method, which has gotten progressively more challenging as I approach race day. But anyway, let's go back. Starting with my first workout, a 10-mile Sunday long run that actually capped off week 7. Initially, we're staying at a resort on Kaanapali Beach. So this run was along the Kaanapali Beach Walk. I got out right at sunrise, and it was a pretty spectacular way to start a spectacular trip. Now, this wasn't my favorite run that's actually coming up and was absolutely amazing, but this was a pretty good run. Now, what's interesting about the Hanson plan is that anytime you do a really hard or really long effort, you're always doing an easy recovery run the next day. So after Sunday's long run was 6 miles on Monday at a super easy pace. And while this day was a little rainy, I mean, come on, you can't complain. I mean, this was just beautiful. Now, Tuesdays, all about the intervals, which I personally have found to be some of the most challenging, but also some of the most fun workouts in this beginner program. On this Tuesday, it was a 1.5 mile warm-up, followed by 6 800-meter intervals at 5K to 10K pace with 400-meter jogging rest periods, followed by a 1.5 mile cool down at the end. Now, once you go through the plan, the intervals do get longer as the pace goes from being 5K to 10K pace to goal pace minus 10 seconds, which I personally found to be a bit more manageable, at least for me. Now, on the Wednesday. And does snorkeling count as cross-training? Yes, Wednesdays are rest days, which meant the perfect opportunity to do some really touristy stuff, like checking out the Molokini Crater. If you're wondering, that was my first time ever snorkeling, and it was a great experience, with the exception maybe of the boat ride out and back. I mean, just thinking about the bobbing back and forth. Oh. Okay, back now to running. And Thursdays are for what Hanson calls tempo runs, which are runs at goal marathon pace. This Thursday called for a 1 mile warm-up, followed by 5 miles at goal pace, followed by a 1 mile cool down. Now, these runs obviously get longer as you get deeper into the plan. Now, that was followed by another easy run on Friday, but this wasn't just any run. This was my favorite run of the entire trip. Maybe one of the best runs of my life. By now, we had left the Kaanapali resort and were staying at a condo in the Wailea area. I found another public beach path there, and this was just awesome. Not only was this less crowded, but just absolutely breathtakingly perfect. I mean, I had to take my headphones off so I could really enjoy the sound of my footsteps and the ocean. Literally, I wish I could bottle that run up. It was so relaxing. Like, if you ever see me close my eyes and just take a deep breath, that's where I am. That run was that good. Got to do it again on Saturday with 6 more easy miles before heading to the airport and returning to real life. So there it is. 7 days of training with the Hanson Marathon Method in Maui. And it really could not have gone better. Now, as I talk to you now, I'm in the midst of some of the heaviest mileage of the plan, and I'm absolutely exhausted, as you might imagine. But you know what? That's another story for another video. In the meantime, I hope your training is going well and you're getting some good runs in.